have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States?
Noah Lyles, professional track and field runner who put his name on the map after making his comments of the NBA crowning themselves champions of the world when the NBA isn't worldwide. After that comment, fans in the United States, of course, were preparing for the sprinter to make it back on the world stage in the Olympics to see if he can become a world champion himself. And as of today, Lyles ran the men's 100-meter race and became victorious in a win by inches. Fans, of course, were speechless because they were prepared to throw the hate of the century. Lyles even got the attention of the entire men's basketball team to watch him race. Even though he won the 100-meter race, Lyles has eyes waiting on him in the 200-meter race. How do you feel about the backlash Lyles received from fans basically preying on his downfall, even in victory?
This should be regarded as a shame from, a lot of these American citizens. And by American citizens, I don't really mean people, living in America. I mean people on Twitter and people on social media, especially Instagram. The people on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all those social media platforms, I feel like this has been a shame. Noah Lyles won gold, and all I was hearing about prior to this was that, this dude isn't an American hero. This dude does not represent the United States. This dude talked so much S about Team USA basketball that he shouldn't even represent the United States. So I was hearing all this on social media, and I was looking at it from, a certain type of lens, because I don't think many people know this. The United States, they haven't won gold in the 100-meter race since like 2004. That's 20 years. That's like 2 decades. We should be celebrating this as an accomplishment, not to be too patriotic or anything like that, but just to represent your country. People in the United States kind of have lately shied away from still representing your country. And it's like, other countries, when you see people in other countries, they're still pretty hopeful about their country winning. They're still delighted. When Argentina won the World Cup, everybody in Argentina was happy, deservedly so, because that's an extremely hard thing to win. I feel like fans did a disservice. Now, congratulations to Noah Lyles. He talked the talk and he walked the talk, like Kamala Harris said. Congratulations to him and all the participants. Kishane Thompson. I know he was just short by a hair. I think it was 0.005. It was really close. And when I was watching it real time, I saw that the immediate reaction when it went off was that he won, because he had his foot out there. And I'm at work, bro, in the bathroom watching this, bro, because I didn't want to get caught. I check social media, everybody going nuts. Ball Sack Sports, Hater Central, Fan Mahone, throwing out all your names. They all going crazy. And I'm like, can we at least get the replay? When the athlete stopped running, looked up at the board, they saw the replay, and then Noah Lyles, he had his torso, because they counted by the torso, not the feet. His torso was out, and he won. It was a crazy match. I'd never seen a final like that close.
Oh yes, I remember now. Missed it by that much.
Great to the participants, but the fans definitely been doing disservice. And I've scrolled on NBA Twitter, and just a lot of people just with the shit talking is gone to a whole different level. You got people saying that Noah Lyles didn't win when clearly his torso was out in front, before Kishane Thompson. You have people just counting the feet, which makes no sense to me, because if you're in a race and you're going by feet, that's going to favor the person who has the longer legs, longer stride anyway. And it's not even a good dictator on being in front of somebody in a race. So that makes no sense to me why people would actually consider that. But all the people just, on social media that was just taking it to a whole nother level with the comments, with the hatred. People were literally having hate watches for their own country. You know how much sense that does not make? You're hate watching your own country. You don't want Noah Lyles to win gold because he talked about Team USA basketball, but you want him to win silver or bronze.
What more do you want from me?
That makes no sense to me. It's not having pride at all in your country. The fans kind of ruined my vibe with this, because I thought it was very interesting. And you had the fans, numerous tweets that were clowning Noah Lyles for coming in second place, like when he lost against Orville, and when he got second place in the qualifiers. You had people saying, "Oh yeah, man, this dude talking all this talk, but he can't even back it up." And people was really getting excited for this. It just leaves me speechless for our country, man.
This is really a sports videos, but as CJ kind of alluded to, this conversation is really multifaceted. Going back to Noah Lyles, his comments on August 25th, just so people have the official quote, he did say, "I have to watch the NBA Finals, and they have world champion on their heads." World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong, I love the US at times, but that ain't the world. I think that entire quote, though I do agree with it, is where a bulk of this conversation is falling into. It wasn't just the fact that he said that kind of clowned the NBA for calling themselves world champions. I think also the fact of why you may have people that are hating on him that aren't even NBA fans. He said, I love the US at times. When I evaluate that, and I do look at that, I have to look at the country as a whole. As CJ said, they should be ashamed of themselves. But I'm not really shocked that this is how this turned out. If we go back to NBA Twitter, just Twitter in general, they are continuing to push my agenda that I said in a few videos ago, that 99% of people on Twitter do not matter. They do not matter. They're just showing us. I mean, most of these guys that are commenting, especially the idiots that are saying that Noah Lyles lost because of the placement of the foot. Most of those people that are making those comments have probably never watched a sprinting race in the Olympics. They've also probably never ran at all. Just in general, they're probably just couch potatoes, fat asses that have no measure of what cardio is. So with that, they probably have no athletic bone in their body, never competed in any sports, let alone in the Olympics. So what I think that they need to do is probably educate themselves on the rules of the Olympics, the rules on the 100 meter, the 200 meter, and 400 meter, if they're going to continue to watch the Olympics in the future. And I got that out of the way. I do think that people on Twitter, they just kind of, that's one thing I will say I do like about this platform, is the fact that since people are hiding behind their camera phones, they are exposing their true nature and what they really believe, because they would not say any of this to Noah Lyles' face. They probably wouldn't even say it to their place of work or just in any public space. So it's just showing the true intentions behind the people of the United States of America that are on social media, as well as the fact that the United States citizens are showcasing their insecurities. Because when it comes to basketball is the sport that we, in the Olympics, we consistently dominate. With the FIBA World Cup, us losing, not even getting a medal with that did kind of put that in a little bit of question, which is why we had to rally and send our top dogs for the Olympics. It was because we cannot fathom the fact that we are second. We can't even fathom the fact that we're not a factor. So with that, there's a lot of emotion that's involved with this conversation. The fact that with the NBA, which is a national league, the league is becoming more global, but it's also becoming obvious the fact that the world is catching up in terms of resources. Because at the end of the day, if we want to keep it honest, the reason why you have a Team USA beat South Sudan by 1 point isn't just because Team USA isn't taking the competition seriously. It's also the fact that they have phenomenal athletes all across the world, but they're just not allocated the same amount of resources that the United States is, especially when it comes to basketball. With that in mind, I think that's where you get a lot of this dialogue. I was not surprised by the hate. I do think that it was disgusting and it was egregious, but people in the United States, just people in general, they tend to show their true colors, especially when it comes to, and let's be honest, I will say this, I'm not going to mince words, when it comes to the brothers. You're a brother and you make a certain comment like this, you're going to get a little bit more backlash than if you were of a lighter skin complexion, if we can really just be honest about the conversation. But as CJ reiterated, congratulations to Noah Lyles. He is the fastest man in the world, and I am standing on that. He proved that, he backed that. Congratulations to Noah Lyles. I think all of the United States citizens need to look themselves in the mirror and question, what does being a patriot truly mean? Does it mean backing your country and the people that are representing your country, supporting them? Or if you have an axe to grind, if you have an agenda to push because you're emotional, you're insecure, to hate on that person for no reason when all they did was tell the truth?
Hey, Noah Lyles did say after he won, he said, I told y'all, after Noah Lyles win, do you think this adds some fuel to the men's basketball team after Lyles apparently started this formation of the so-called Avengers?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do think it definitely, the United States, first of all, the expectation in basketball is to always win the gold. Always. Doesn't matter who they put out there. I said this in a previous video. Doesn't matter who they put out there. You're supposed to be the best country in terms of basketball. It doesn't matter who you put out there. You have the best talent. You really shouldn't have to depend on the best of the best if you are the best country. But yes, you've basically made it known that the reason why you put together LeBron, KD, Stephen Curry, as well as calling on Joel Embiid, who I don't even really know why he's on the team, other than he just wanted to be on the team, or maybe it was because him and Steve Kerr had a pact that he would start. Anthony Davis, you have all of this talent on the team. Yes, you have to win. You have to win, and honestly, you also have to dominate. Winning is just not enough because you made it clear. We're bringing this collection of guys together to send a message, and you've also been promoting that this team is better than previous teams that have been put out there. So yes, you have to win. I don't even know if we can quantify how big of an upset this would be if they were to lose. But yes, they have. And honestly, they really should be thanking Noah Lyles. They should be thanking Noah Lyles that the United States woke up, the NBA woke up, because if you guys are paying attention to the promotion and the marketing, the NBA is promoting this team. Even though and that's the thing with the NBA. You felt some type of way about about Noah Lyles' comments, but you are the National Basketball Association. You promote the United States team. You don't promote Team Canada. You don't promote Team Serbia or Greece or Spain or Germany. You're not promoting any of these teams. You are promoting Team USA Basketball because you are a national league. So because you do that, yes, you have to win. The expectation is to always win, and it is to dominate. They should be thanking Noah Lyles because they decided to take the competition seriously by putting this group together, because I have no doubt that if they would have put together a similar roster to what they placed in FIBA, they would have lost multiple games, and they may not have qualified. I think if we're just being honest about the conversation. So, man, Noah Lyles, Adam Silver should be sending him a check.
You know, the NBA, they definitely owe Noah Lyles. Definitely, because, you know, those guys, they weren't sending out their best talent last year. Like, I think Austin Reeves was on the roster. Like, are you kidding me? Josh Hart was on the roster. You're not sending your best talent there. You know, as far as, you know, all these fans and NBA players too, because NBA players, they showed up to the match. Apparently Joel Embiid left like right after the match ended, so I don't know if he was going there to hate. I have no clue if he was going there to hate or not. It would be humorous if he did though. But yeah, now they definitely do owe Noah Lyles definitely a bag, because you know they was gonna roll out with the same bullshit next Olympics. Like even the 2020 team wasn't really that good, if I'm being honest. Like Kevin Durant really carried that team. Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, and Drew Holiday really carried that roster. So they weren't even sending their best talent out 4 years back. You know, I really can't take the NBA seriously, and all the pressure is on Team USA Basketball to win, because y'all were doing all this. You know, this is Team this is Team Super Team. We need y'all to back it up, because Noah Lyles backed it up. Y'all have the best roster in all Olympic basketball, so y'all need to get the job done. And the coach needs to get the job done too. He needs to fucking coach better. I think even Draymond Green got on to Steve Kerr about his coaching methods, like not playing Jason Tatum. And I've heard from Ticket TV that, you know, Draymond Green, he might potentially get traded next year. I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked with it. That person is not a reliable source when it comes to that type. I just want to make this very quick. Draymond Green, I agree with 80 to 90% of what he said in that 4-minute monologue. But sir, you always talk about being direct, holding people accountable. Say that man's name by name. Steve Kerr, we know who you're talking about. Call him out by name, sir. Because my thing is, if I'm Steve Kerr, I'm like, nigga, why are you even opening up your damn mouth? It just doesn't make any sense what Draymond Green is doing. He is also in that LeBron James crew. He's an attention whore.
Yeah, man. Noah Lyles for this 200-meter race. I'm interested to see what type of Yu-Gi-Oh card he pulls out. You know, he might pull out that Blue Eyes White Dragon. You know, we might see it. But this Olympics Avengers, hey, y'all boys got some work to do now. Noah Lyles did his part. Now it's time for y'all to do y'all's. So it's time to get to work.